I hope you're having a great Sunday. I hope you're having a peaceful Sunday. I hope you're taking time off work and you're taking time to relax and give your body the rest it requires. Well, when Dinesh came to us, Dinesh was 72 years old. His lifestyle was completely sedentary. He complained of fatigue, he complained of low energy levels, he had knee pain, he had back pain, he had upper cervical pain, and he would just sit at home all day. His family kept feeding him more and more food, thinking that the more food they put into his system, the more energetic he would get. But that wouldn't happen. He moved from being normal to pre-diabetic. Now, what happened is when they came to us, we realized that there were two things that Dinesh was doing wrong. Number one, he had made his life too sedentary. You know, a lot of us think that as we age, we should move less. But the magic is in movement. As we age, the more active you are, the more healthy you are going to stay. Because we all know that when we move, we have blood circulation, which means immunity and everything. And the human body was never designed to be sedentary. It was never designed to be as restful as we are today. Yes, we have that period of rest called sleep at night, where we could have had the most hectic day and the most strenuous day, but a good night of sleep basically helps us to restore, rejuvenate, recreate, grow, balance our hormones and all of that. That's the cycle of nature. During the day, we're active. During the night, we rest. But for most of us, and especially as we age, we're more sedentary throughout the day, and then we get sleep at night. And that's why most people who are sedentary during the day have a problem to fall asleep at night, because their body isn't tired enough. We tire out our bodies by working, by doing our duties throughout the day, and then we sleep well at night. So what Dinesh did is, the first thing that we did is we cut down his food. Now, this is not called starvation. We asked him to start intermittent fasting because he was eating too much of food. By day 2, Dinesh's energies were far higher. He was able to start moving around. By day 3, he didn't want to eat food anymore. When I say food, he ate a little bit of lunch, he ate a little bit of dinner, and that was all. He was living on 2 meals in a day. His weight increased, his energy levels increased, and 6 months later, he is walking 5 kilometers. He no longer makes trips to the hospitals to basically take drips and take multivitamins through IVs and all of that stuff, which we think works and energizes the body. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes when we're on heavy medication or we're sick, the body does deplete vitamins, and then adding those vitamins back into the body helps us with our energy levels. But in most cases, it's just our lifestyles that are making us sicker and sicker. So as we grow all old, our parents and our parents' parents, especially the elderly generation, we need to understand the less you eat, okay, but that less food that you eat should be quality food. The longer you will live with quality. Anyone can extend their lives with suffering today. We have enough of medications, we have knee replacements, hip replacements, and all of these surgeries that can keep us living longer, but with suffering and constant visits to doctors and heavy medications and all of that stuff. Some people need it, but most of us don't. We have to understand by less is more. When you cut down your overall calorie intake and you give your body nutrient-dense food in small quantities, that's when the body can utilize that energy to heal us, repair us, and keep us going longer and longer. Which is why it's so simple. Nature shows this to us all the time. The moment we fall sick, or our children fall sick, or our parents fall sick, the first thing that drops is appetite. But one thing that I've noticed in India, we have this bad habit of wanting to force feed our parents and our children and ourselves when we fall sick. The very fact that the appetite has cut means the body is using energy to try and heal you. But here we are stuffing our parents, and I can't tell you how many cancer patients we see every day where the cancer patient is not hungry at all, and yet the family is force feeding them food. They can't eat anymore and they're force feeding them. You need to understand that you're creating a massive problem with the body. What you're doing is you're force feeding someone whose appetite is cut, which means you're putting so much of stress on the digestive system of the human body. And the digestive system of the human body utilizes so much energy, which should be used towards healing. What heals us? What heals me? What heals you? What heals our children and our parents? Energy. It is all about energy. Energy from food, energy from the air that we breathe, energy from the water that we drink, energy from the environment around us, inside of us, and the very energy that we create. I can walk into a room right now and change the entire energy of that room by being a very bad person, thinking bad thoughts and speaking bad things. In a split second, I can change the energy of the room to something positive by smiling, by saying something nice, by being true to myself and true from my heart. All of us have the ability to create energy and change the energy in a split second. The healing happens in environments which are healthy. You can have the best doctors, nutritionists, the best foods, but if the environment around the patient is not positive and healing, none of that is going to work. The healing happens in the right environment, and nature helps us create the right environment for us. So that one little thing that I wanted to tell people today, you may be at a point in your life where nothing's worked for you. Good food hasn't worked for you, your medication hasn't worked for you, and you're depressed, you've lost motivation to live, you've lost the motivation to heal yourself or get better. Okay, or right now there are a lot of us who are still chasing fad diet plans and in desperation and frustration because nothing's working. There are a lot of us who are on holiday right now and we're constantly stressed and messaging one another that, oh, I've just eaten Christmas sweets, what should I do? I have a party tonight, I don't want to put on weight. So much of guilt, so much of fear. We need to understand that intermittent fasting comes natural to human beings. When you go back into evolution, when we woke up in the morning, there wasn't breakfast ready for us. There wasn't a fridge to store food. There wasn't processed food that could be packaged and stored in boxes for us to wake up to. You woke up and you went searching for your food. It was called the hunters and the gatherers. You went searching for fruits and roots and tubers and vegetables and plants, or you went out to kill animals and fish. By the time you got your first meal, it was probably midday or noon, and that's when we started eating, which is why most people who are intermittent fasting the right way today no longer feel the requirement for food at breakfast time, which is why I constantly tell parents, do not force feed your children if they are not hungry in the morning. These are rules made by man. Breakfast time, lunchtime, dinner time. These are rules made by the food companies, by the food lobbies. All of it is corrupt. We should eat when our body tells us to eat, okay? Now, we need to be mindful for that. If we're putting our work first as a priority and then skipping our meals, yes, we will get acidic. If you're hungry and you're not eating because your work is more important or your socializing is more important, we will get hungry, we will get acidic, we will cripple the metabolic rate of the body. But when you truly listen to your body, it will tell you when you have to eat. We don't have to eat according to the rules that man has made, that nutritionists have made, and that doctors have made, because we need to listen to the body. And when you put 100 different people in the room with the same problem, you'll find 100 different results. 100 different people get hungry at different timings. So if you have a completely sedentary day and you're eating the same quantity of food, obviously we're going to put on weight. But if you have an active day and your appetite increases because you need energy to replenish the energy that you've lost, that is the perfect equation for human health, maintaining your weight, your immunity, and everything. So the one thing that anyone and everyone can do right now is to learn to intermittent fast. Now, it suits most people. Some people it doesn't suit at all. And for many people, they have that fear, that barrier in their mind that, oh, because we've been brought up with the mindset that we need to eat food at regular intervals and eat food every 2 to 3 hours and every 2 hours for metabolic rate. We don't control the metabolic rate of the body. It's controlled by the inside environment and the outside environment. So we need to understand the science behind fasting. And we need to break away from herd mentality, from this 14 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours. Some people get the best results of fasting with just 12 hours. Some people get it in 14. Some people get it in 16. It is up to you. You listen to your body, and your body will set that time which works for you. The cleaner your body, the less the fasting period window you need. The more toxic the body, the more fasting you need to clean. Elimination building. You need a longer elimination period when you're more toxic. You need a lesser elimination period when you have less acids and less toxins in the human body. So this is one thing you can do right now. Even through the festive season, we got to break away from that belief system and mindset every year that, okay, let's kill the last 10 days of December because I'll have a New Year resolution in January. And everyone knows that New Year resolutions last as far as the 5th or 6th or the 7th of January. Okay, but we still follow this belief system that, oh, because we all feel motivated to have a New Year resolution, so we end up messing up the last 10 days of December. Now, the successful people will enjoy every last day of December, eat what they want, have a great time, party, do everything, and they will still maintain their health. Because you see, your cells need what they need every second of the day. They're not going to wait till the 1st of Jan just because your mindset has a resolution. Now, you can intermittent fast even through the festive season. You may sleep at midnight today, you may sleep at 2 a.m. tomorrow, but you can start your intermittent fast at whatever time you sleep, which means you can still socialize, you can still have your meals, and you can still enjoy. And that's what life is about. You know, so many people today are living in deprivation because they want to maintain your health. Health is the easiest thing to maintain, but we make it difficult and complicated by putting following all these rigid structures in the human mind, which only works for the conscious mind. Your body and your cells don't even care about what your goal is or what kind of structure you're putting your body through. All it needs is energy from the food that you eat, rest from the sleep that you get. It needs to be peaceful most of the time, which is why we need to change our attitude towards stress, manage it better, and we need to move. The more we move, the healthier we are. As we age, the more we move and the lesser that we eat. So right now, if there's someone sick out there in the age group of 60, 70, any age group, if you start to try intermittent fasting, start with 10 hours, add on another hour, make it 11 the next day, and 12. I can promise you, in most cases, your health, your energy, your mobility, everything, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and even spiritually, is going to get better for you. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. Yeah, I see a lot of questions about the next global fast, 26, 27, and 28. Before the year ends, we're going to do a global dry or intermittent fast. And then, of course, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of Jan, we're going to do that again. So more on that soon. Have a great Sunday, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.